I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but something about this movie seemed very familiar. And welcome to my Safe Gayven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for another review on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. If this is your first time checking me out and checking out my channel, let me introduce myself. Hey, how's it going? My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the force. So I like to talk superheroes, horror movies, fantasy movies, comic books, action movies, sci-fi, animated movies, all of it. And of course, I like to talk about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you are interested in, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Checking out my YouTube analytics, I see 36% of you that are watching my channel and watching my videos, you're not subscribed to the channel. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. I'm not that far away from hitting another milestone here on this channel of reaching 7,500 subscribers. So if you're one of those people that are watching the videos and not subscribed, what do I got to do? What does a Black Gay Comic Geek got to do to make sure you hit that subscribe button? But also with that, if you could do me a favor and please hit the like button as you're watching this video or any of my videos if you're enjoying my content. It'll really help with the YouTube algorithm getting this video, my channel, and other videos out there for more people to get eyes on my channel, for it to be recommended to them so they can also subscribe so my channel can continue to grow. So yeah, guys, on Monday, February 20th, I was given the lovely opportunity by Universal Pictures to see an early screening of Cocaine Bear, directed by Elizabeth Banks. So thank you, Universal Pictures. This is obviously going to be a non-spoiler review because the movie isn't out yet. I believe it comes out this weekend. So let's get into Cocaine Bear. And I'm not going to bury the lead on this. Like I will say, granted, it's only February and there hasn't been a whole lot of movies to come out yet. And then there's also like the things are coming out like Creed 3, Scream 6, etc. So this may end up being dethroned really quickly. But as of right now, February 21st, 2023, actually, sorry, today's February 22nd. As of right now, February 22nd, Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023, Cocaine Bear is my current #1 favorite movie of the year. So yeah, let's get into synopsis for Cocaine Bear. An oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens converges in a Georgia forest where a 500-pound black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. And this movie is starring Kerry Washington. I noticed as I was editing the video, I said Kerry Washington. My bad, I meant Kerry Russell. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ray Liotta. I believe this is the last movie Ray Liotta did before he unfortunately passed away last year. The movie also has Alden Ehrenreich, who most people know as young Han Solo in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and he's also going to play a role in Ironheart. I'm not sure who he's playing. And it has many other people in this movie. And as ridiculous as the premise of this movie sounds and the title, like a high bear, a cocaine bear, this movie is actually loosely, very, very loosely inspired by true events. Like, this actually happened in real life. Maybe not the murderous rampage part, but a bear ingesting cocaine did happen. And the thing that I loved about this movie so much is this movie knew what it was. This movie, the premise and the concept was absolutely ridiculous. This movie had no problems making fun of itself and at the same time still being somewhat serious in its circumstances, because this is kind of like a horror thriller-esque movie where you have a highly doped up bear going after people. And so with that, you know, I always say the things that I love in my fantasy is blood, sex, gore, and magic. And while there's no sex and technically there's no magic, but it is a CGI bear, so it's magic-esque. But blood and gore, this movie has it in spades. Like the bear, again, it is going on a murderous rampage, and so people die and they die bloody. And some of the kills in this movie are so good. And talking about the CGI for the bear, I thought was pretty damn detailed. Like the bear looked pretty good, and it looked almost like a real bear. Like, obviously you knew it was CGI, but they did a really good job on the CGI for the bear. And in some instances, especially lately, the bear in this movie put some Marvel movies to shame with regards to the CGI. Like, I think about a moment in Ant-Man and the Wasp with Cassie Lang's character as she shrunk to a miniature size and she's running, and I was like, oh, that looks terrible. But also with that, like, Elizabeth Banks really did her thing directing this movie. Like, I laughed from start to like even the first 10 minutes of the movie, the opening, you're laughing about the ridiculousness of the movie, and then with the music interspersed with it, like, this movie was non-stop hilarity all the way through. And this movie is only an hour and 35 minutes, and it does not need to be any longer than that. And the thing about this movie is there are a lot of different characters. Like I mentioned, there's cops, criminals, in the synopsis, like, so there are a lot of different characters that you get introduced to in this movie, and it did get to a point where I was like, dang, how many characters are they introducing in this movie? But with that said, like, I felt and was connected to and invested in and was interested in every single character that was in this movie. So this movie did a very great job in both the writing and directing in making you care about all of these different characters and really getting to know who each character was by the time you got to the end of the movie, and really rooting for these characters you're both rooting for the characters to make it out, but then you're also rooting for the bear to take people out at the same time. And you also, like, love seeing the bear, and because of the kills and the brutality of the kills and the great moments of the kills, and because, you know, with a horror movie or anything that's having to deal with like a murder or anything like that, it's only as good as the kills. And so because the kills were so interesting and I really enjoyed it, I was also rooting for the bear as well. So like, you're jumping back and forth between rooting for the survivors and then also rooting for the bear, and then wondering, like, where's the bear? I want the bear to come back. And that bear is, and again, it's based off real life. So the bear has no real personality, but the bear definitely has a personality, because that bear was doped up like crazy. And the very interesting and funny thing is, like, when I first heard of this movie, when I first heard of and watched the trailer, I was just like, this is the dumbest, like, what are they even doing with it? What are they doing? But then, like, again, watching the movie, I was just like, oh wow, I am really having a good time with this. Like, and then watching it with an audience, and, you know, obviously I'm watching it with other critics, but even still, like, the audience reaction to this movie, like, it was just incredibly fun. And to be perfectly honest, like, I can't think of any real complaints that I have regarding this movie, or things that were like, oh, well, they could have did this better, or I didn't like this, or this moment ran too long. Like, I can't really think of a solid criticism for this movie. But I will say, like, after watching this movie and it being done, kind of like, you know how there was the first movie, Alien, and then the second movie was Aliens? I need for there to be, this movie was Cocaine Bear. I need the next movie to be, if there is a next one, I need there to be a next movie. I need it to be Cocaine Bears. So yeah, with that said, that's my glowing endorsement for seeing Cocaine Bear in theaters. So yeah, but the question is, once you guys do see Cocaine Bear, or are you interested in seeing Cocaine Bear after watching this review? But let me know all of your thoughts, especially if you go see the movie. Let me know your thoughts when you see the movie. Come back to this video in the comment section below. Also, if you can, once again, please, 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 I can't emphasize enough, hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video, and tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.